calling for violence against Biden, and the Trump administration isn't going to prosecute this leader of Turning Points USA because they don't see it as an actual call to violence either. They just want to target.
This was a piece of hair. Maybe it was a hair. I don't know. Anywho, day 1580. Oh my gosh, it's the night before the day preceding. We'll get onto that in a sec. Yeah, today, oh man, today was a bit annoying. Got a bloody Uber to work, as I normally do. Well, not all the way to work, just to the train station. Thinking that, cool, I've left out in decent time, I'll make it. So there's normally one of two stations that I'll normally go to, and the one I opted to, which allows me to get there a little bit quicker. One specific route, bloody flipping roadworks, pissing me off, man. Just the influx of roadworks and how they just all seem to come at one, not all at one time, but they just all seem to happen within a really short space of time. And again, maybe I'm just noticing it more, but it's really annoying, man. And as a result, I had to turn around and divert, and then because of it, there was just traffic getting backed up. And because obviously I was cutting it kind of fine, ended up missing my train. And then when I got to the station, there were cancellations of various other trains. So then I had to go a completely different route. So basically I had to, well, luckily, there was a, from one of the stations that I go to, there's a train that goes to the other station. And it's literally only probably less than 5 minutes getting the train from station 1 to station 2. So even though it was annoying and there was a delay, I was able to get a train to the other station, because taking like a bus or an Uber to the other station just would have taken long. So I got there, and luckily there's another route that I can take from the other station, which is, I guess, a little bit slower, but ultimately the other route that I took meant that whilst I was still late to work, I wasn't anywhere near as late as I could have been. I feel like I need to sneeze, man. Bit blocked up. So yeah, it was late, but it wasn't horrendously late, essentially. As for the actual day, it was similar to yesterday, maybe even more so. It was really quiet today. There were like loads of times throughout the day where I just wasn't seeing or serving anyone. So yeah, the point was really low. Not quite sure why, but again, like I said, calm before the storm, really.
Elizabeth, what do you think?
So it's probably really loud.
Clearly things are incredibly politicized right now, and we're in a midterm year, and that's why.
So yeah, I probably shouldn't get too comfortable, because it's probably going to be all systems a go very soon. So yeah, it was all right, but yeah, just pretty quiet. There was one thing. So I saw there was a customer who I had to rebook to come in another day. I think I dealt with them on Monday. For them to come back today, and told them what they needed and all that. So one of my colleagues, I see that one of my colleagues dealt with them. But as it turns out, and I feel really bad, I actually gave him incorrect information. So what I thought was the case was indeed not the case. And now they've had to be rebooked again, which I feel really bad for. And even my colleague that dealt with them, they felt really bad as well. So I think they spoke with 2 separate managers, and they're like, no, you need that. And I think my colleague was telling me the customer said, oh, well, why didn't the previous person tell me this was the case, the previous person being me? So this is just going to be sitting at the forefront of my mind, because these are the things I take away with me, man. I always strive to do the best I can to try and get things done, and it's really frustrating when I get things wrong. The thing is, I've been here for long enough. Of course, obviously, none of us are immune to making mistakes, obviously. But it's still still kind of hits home, particularly, you know, when you've screwed stuff up and, you know, maybe made things a bit more difficult for a person or prolonged the process for them when it didn't even need to be prolonged. So, yeah, that's an L. That's an L that I have to take for today. Yeah, I guess you don't get it all right, man. And I guess this kind of balances out or weighs over on the other side of when, you know, I manage to get things right or, you know, really manage to help someone out. Unfortunately, I do get to ruin things a bit as well. So, yeah,
we heard a number of heated exchanges with Democrats. And we heard Pete Hegseth say the biggest adversary we face.
Yeah, so as for tomorrow, which I'm really not looking forward to, in part because, you know what, in all honesty, I think the actual day itself will probably be fine. But again, it's always for me. And as time has progressed, I've realised I really, really despise getting up early. More so for work, but I think just generally, I just despise getting up early. I guess in part because of my default setting of being a night owl. Whether that's my natural setting or my second nature setting, I don't know, but it is very much my natural setting. Whether it's truly natural or man-made type of natural. Yeah, like literally all day I've just been thinking about, oh, for flip's sake, I have to get up at the crack of dawn. Crack of dawn for me being 6 a.m. Because I have to be up at basically it's Union Day, sorry, I didn't clarify this. So it's Union Day tomorrow, as it normally is Thursdays. However, there's a meet-up that all the reps do. We used to do it every month, but now it's like every couple of months, whereby all of us will kind of convene and all be in the same place physically. Now, normally we do it up at the workplace. However, we've arranged to do it at another office, which is like a kind of a main office. There's a lot of big wigs up at this office. Now, I've been to this place at least 2 times, maybe 3. I think probably 2. It's a big kind of central office, but I believe we do have access to there, which is good, and it's very nice. It is very, very nice. But yeah, we've decided that we're going to go there, and oddly enough, it's quite close to where our original office used to be, so the office that I was based at, and then we moved over to this new office. So the first one that we're in, I spent most of my working life at. Yeah, this office that we're going to be going to is very close to our original first office that we were in. You could walk there, man, probably in about 10-15 minutes. So yeah, it's almost gonna, what I was trying to say is in a very long-winded way, is it's almost going to be like I'm going back to work when we're at our original location. I mean, yeah, that's the route I'm going to take, so it'll be nice to actually take that route in. Be a lot quicker, rather than having to bloody catch an Uber to this station, take this train, and take this other train, and all of that. So yeah, it'll be like I don't even want to say a blast from the past, but kind of, sort of. So yeah. Not looking forward to it though, just the travelling and the getting up, the getting ready and the travelling in the morning. I despise it. I wouldn't even say it's anxiety, but something just short of anxiety is what I'm feeling. Apprehension, maybe. I'll be happy when I actually get there, we settle in and we just start the day, and I'll be even more happy once the day's over and I'm on my way back. Yeah, good grief. Because also as well, I won't have to log on when I get back, because I'll be doing my hours, but obviously I'll be doing them earlier, so I'll be doing like a daytime type shift.
fought a long-running conflict against the jihadist and separatist insurgents.
Anything else?
Power in 2020,
No, probably not.
accusing the
We'll
civilian
leave it.
administration of failing to
Because I'll
properly
report
tackle the
back
rebels.
to
Verified videos
you
show fighters
lot
occupying military bases
tomorrow
and
to let you know how it went.
launching aerial attacks.
So
Take a
yeah,
look at this.
I need to
We
eat
verified
and
over
I need to
20
go to
videos
sleep.
across these locations showing rebels present at key sites or the aftermath of it.
Anywho, alright.
The rebel attack has been
Stay
swift and
1580.
culminating in the killing of the defense minister at his
I will
home
catch you
on the
tomorrow for day
25th of April. This video
1500.
circulating online
I
shows
don't
a
know what's
fighter
going on
pointing
here.
at the minister's
Catch you
residence,
tomorrow for day
likely
1581.
and this is what the aftermath of that area looks like now on satellite imagery.